ठीक है So वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So once again, welcome to our Thursday Sangat and our Thursday collective meditation, and perhaps a little bit of vichar, a little bit of thinking, a little bit of opening up our world, starting to look at things in ways that aren't necessarily what we used to. Breaking the sphere of knowledge, as they say, which is a big thing to do. But you can only do that when you question your thinking, when you question um, your own belief systems, your own opinions, and begin to realize that this ignorance maintains a level of confusion. So it's in everyone's interest to actually know a little bit about this. It's in everyone's interest to know a little bit about this. So before I kind of spend a few minutes on that, I want to welcome two guests. Yeah, Chano and Mariana, two friends of ours, one from Mexico, one from Portugal, and they bring with them wisdom, and they bring with them a connection to their wisdom traditions. I would say not even tradition, but traditions. And yesterday, someone asked us, "What is the value of rituals to do with water? What is the value of it?" It's a great question. And the answer was what happened here yesterday, the awakening of individuals to the value of a fundamental element that we just take for granted. A fundamental element. An element without which nothing can exist. An element that has the possibility and the probability of transforming you. The element that makes up 70-80% of your world, of your body. And this disconnection with it. So the question was, what are these? If we don't know the value of the ritual, then it becomes a ritual. But once we see the value in it, it is no longer a ritual. And since that yesterday, the relationship with water for many that were here will have changed. I am sure about that. Yeah, sure. Even when you're having your shower, things have changed. Your connection with water has changed. So it awakens us. It brings us to this point of um, realization. And the confusion that all of us face is this. Look, a tree doesn't know it's a tree, just is, right? A koala bear just is. Doesn't know it's a koala bear. Doesn't know that there are brown bears and grizzly bears. Doesn't care about them. It just is its koala-ness, or snakes, or earthworms, or pomegranates, or anything, or anyone. It's only so animals and plant life and fungus and algae and every other types of different life forms aren't aware of anything other than just being. It just is. No future, no past. Just being. Human beings, us, we can relate to us, we have the ability to know that we are. Not what we are, because that's the second question. The first question is, do you know that you exist? And if you said no, then you have to exist to say no. So we can be sure that we exist. Fundamental thing to do with life. We exist. The next question is, well, what exists? How do you see that? What exists? What do you see yourself as? Do you see yourself as that image that you see every day? Do you see yourself as the turmoil that's always going on? Or do you see yourself as the one that doesn't have dreams when they're sleeping? Or do you see yourself as that silence when you meditate? What do you see yourself? What do you identify yourself with? And if we identify ourselves with the content, not knowing what we are, not wanting to know what we are. And it's easier, I must admit, it's easier to live a life in ignorance. Because in ignorance, life just continues. There's nothing to worry about. But unfortunately, life is not going to allow you to remain ignorant. Life will wake us up. Life will allow us to encounter certain things in life that take us out of our comfort zone so we wake up. And what is it that we are waking up to? So you wake up first to the fact that you are in pain. You don't like where you are. That's the first thing you wake up to. Oh, this is terrible. I can't handle this. This is too much. Yeah, on whatever level. Too hot, too cold, whatever it is. Right? We begin with our first resistance. We make a judgment at that point. I don't like this. And the moment we make that judgment, we are always fighting it. This then traps us. This traps us in this identity, which really doesn't exist. But because we're engaged in that moment, we feel that it exists, right? We feel. So when you go on a cause, you feel fulfilled. Why? Because you have an identity. You're fighting something. Yes, here I am. I'm fighting something. Gives you identity. And in that moment, we feel a level of fulfillment. We feel a level of fulfillment. But in that moment, particularly when this mental content gets engaged with certain aspects of life, it can take us away from life itself. So, animal, plants, fungi, all that kind of stuff doesn't know what they are, but they know. There is awareness in there, but it's not, or consciousness in there, but not necessarily awareness, right? Like it's not directed, oh, Simon's coming towards me. It's not like that, right? Or whatever. It's just awareness. So we could look at it in that way. So one way of categorizing it, it's said that everything is awareness or everything is consciousness. All that is inert, all that is inorganic is asleep, but it's consciousness. But it's asleep. Like when we're asleep, we don't know we're conscious, right? So it's asleep. All other life form up to the animal life form, like the two-ped stuff, four-peds, um, are quarter awake. So they're a little bit awake, but not enough. All animals are half awake. Humans are three-quarters awake. Even now, when we're sitting here and listening. And what we are um, evolved towards to become, to do, is to realize that when we encounter pain, when we encounter difficulties, it allows us to look in, and through looking in, we begin to address the second question: who am I? What am I? First was I am. The second is what am I? And you realize very quickly, depending on how you're guided, that you have a body, but you're not the body. Because it changes. You wake up in the morning, you plug in the same person. Your mind comes and your mind goes. Your emotion comes, your emotion goes. Everything is transitory. Yet you, I say you, but there is no you as such, but the awareness remains constant, constant. This constant should give us some understanding of what our essential space is. And meditation allows us to go through this being space to knowing what we are, as we be, so to speak. Yeah? There's a knowing in that. And that's the only difference between an enlightened individual and a non-enlightened individual. Nothing else. Once you realize you are not this content, but you identify subjectively with your awareness, you realize a whole different um, identity through which your health improves. That's the crux of it. So, thought I'd look a little bit about identity, health, and how human confusion is leading us to a state of now deliberately looking at ourselves and through this redefining humanity. So at the start, I introduced my colleagues here. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to invite Mariana to begin with a song for us, and then we will go into a meditation. And then after the meditation, we will have another song. Is that okay? Thank you very much. Okay, so fire away. Yeah, no, come here. Come and sit.
You have this?
Yeah. Sit.
Thank you, Ji. So I sing the Amul mantra.
Okay.
Ek onkar Satnam Kartapur Nirvo Nirve Akal Murत Anjuni Sevangur Prasaja Ek onkar Satnam Kartapur Nirvo Nirve Akal Murत Anjuni Sevangur Prasaja Ar Sach Jugar Sach Evi Sach Nanaka Hosi Vi Sach Ar Sach Jugar Sach Evi Sach Nanaka Hosi Vi Sach Sri Gurudev Namaste, 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 Sri Gurudev Namaste.
So, holding on to that beautiful energy, closing our eyes, and as you breathe in, becoming present to yourself. Begin to notice what's going on with yourself at this moment. Notice your body, notice any sensations that are dominant. Notice any internal dialogue, any self talk. Notice how you feel within yourself. Is this moment enough? Next breath in, bring your focus gently down to the seat you're on. Allow your body to be embedded, to be supported, to be held. Notice the sensations where your body makes contact with your seat. Gently bring your focus towards your hips. And as you breathe out, moving your focus gently down your thighs, scanning your body with loving kindness. From your knees, moving down towards your ankles, Notice your ankles. Notice the feet. Notice the soles of your feet. Your back is straight and upright. Bringing your focus back to the seat. And as you breathe in, you bring your focus upwards so you notice the lower back. You notice scanning the middle back. As you breathe in, you bring your focus up towards your shoulder blades, shoulders, and then gently bringing your focus down your shoulders towards your elbows, scanning the forearms towards your wrists, moving your focus now to your palms. Fingers on your hands. And then when you're ready, as you breathe in, bringing your focus towards your eyes. Notice the space around your eyes. Becoming aware of the awareness itself. That even though your eyes are closed, you still have awareness. In other words, you are awareness. Or should we say, awareness is you. As you breathe out, allow this part of the body to soften and relax. Moving your focus now towards your mouth. Notice the sensations within your mouth. Roof of your mouth. Inside the cheeks. Notice your tongue. Does it feel firm? Does it feel soft? Allow it to soften. And then as you breathe out, allow your face to soften. Next breath in, once again, becoming aware of yourself as best as you can. Notice anything dominant: pain, ache, tightness, itch. And on your next breath in, becoming aware of your inner space, your mental space. Is there any self talk there today, at this moment? How does the mental space feel? Clear? Confused? Tired? Fresh? Settled? Bringing your focus now towards your chest, holding your awareness at your chest. Notice the changing in the chest as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. The sensations that follow the expansion, and as the chest relaxes. And then bringing your focus a bit deeper into yourself, right at your core, deep in your chest. And hold your awareness there if you can. And as you hold your awareness there, slowly begin to recognize how you're actually feeling. Are you in suffering right now? Are you in dukkha? Are you unsettled? Are you anxious? Or are you settled, sukh, calm, peaceful? How do you feel within yourself right now? And when you're ready, slowly expanding your awareness to all the sounds and noises around you. Allow the sounds to come to you. You're not looking for them, simply listening. And when you're ready, gently bringing your focus just beneath your nose, holding your focus with a little bit of effort, watching the breath move in, watching the breath move out. Allow the breath to breathe by itself. Your face is relaxed, the breath flows by itself, and your focus is held beneath your nose. Committed to noticing the breath as it comes in, committed to noticing the breath as it goes out. Notice how the breath flows by itself. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. Notice how the in breath has a start, middle, end, and the out breath has a start, middle, end. Start, middle, end with your in breath. Start, middle, end with your out breath. See if you can notice that. Becoming familiar with the breath. Begin to recognize, understand, and respect the breath. Begin to follow your out breath all the way till the end. Allow it to finish naturally. Stay with your breath, following your out breath, moving deeper and deeper into the present moment. Notice that tiny little gap at the end of your out breath before the in breath begins. Stay with your breath. Notice how the breath feels now. Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Stay with your breath. Does the breath feel long or does it feel short? Stay with the breath. Allow the breath to breathe by itself. In your next breath out, bring your focus to the sound of your breath as best as you can. Stay with your breath. On your next breath out, open your awareness to all the sounds around you. Listening, simply listening. No judgment, no commentary. Open to all and every sound and noise. Becoming the receiver. Listening. Allow the sound of the bell to take you deeper into the silence. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence, allowing the world to unfold as it does. Stay with your breath. On your next breath out, expanding your awareness, becoming aware of the whole body as best as you can. Notice you're still sitting where you began. Sense your body as best as you can. Notice you can still have sensations where your body makes contact with your chair or your seat. You can sense your thighs moving down your legs towards your ankles. Take your time gently becoming aware of the body, moment by moment. Moving to your feet, coming to the soles of your feet. Notice your back is straight and upright. Shoulders, arms, hands are relaxed and comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Coming back to your breath. As the breath comes in, notice you can sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. And as we all sit here in the silence, I will invite Mariana to provide some sound healing as we listen in silence.
Beija flor, beija flor, beija flor, beija flor. Chegou, 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 chegou. Prabhu aap jago, mere saath sarvatra jago Padmatma jago ah 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 Gangama, 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 Jai 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 Ma. Gangama, 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 Jai 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 Ma. Beija-flor, 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 beija-flor. Chegou, chegou pra voar, beija-flor, para amar, beija-flor, beija-flor, beija-flor. Bird song.
When you're ready, gently drawing a few slow, deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes.